A former ice hockey player and Coronation Street extra has been sentenced after being convicted of a string of sex offences. Victims of Philip Hamer clapped the judge and burst into tears as the defendant was jailed for 41 sexual offences at Manchester Crown Court. Hamer was found guilty of 21 charges, including 8 counts of rape, following a trial last year. He had already admitted a further 20 offences. Now he has been sentenced for his sickening crimes. The charges relate to offences against 7 victims taking place between 2010 and 2023. Hamer also had jobs at Manchester United and Manchester City. The court heard he was responsible for the manipulation, grooming and sexual abuse of female children in their early teens. Today, 34-year-old Hamer of Birchfield Drive, Worsley, was jailed for 28 years. Detective Constable Denise Gard spoke following his sentencing.
Philip Hamer is a sexual predator. He was sexually attracted to young girls who were in their early to mid-teens. His car was often used to take his victims to isolated places where he committed horrific sexual acts against them. His sexual desires involved his victims wearing school uniforms. Such was his arrogance, he continued to offend whilst under police investigation for rape and sexual activity with the child. Hamer groomed the victims and survivors at the centre of this case. He exploited their vulnerabilities and managed to instill fear into them. He offered them lifts, he knew where they lived, making them afraid of future consequences.
During his sentencing hearing, the court heard accounts from his victims who cannot be named for legal reasons. They shared how he had devastated their lives. One victim said he would collect her from parties and buy alcohol for her, and another told how she had all innocence taken away from her. After one victim came forward, police seized his phone, allowing them to trace further victims. Police also found voyeuristic videos and pictures Hamer had taken of people in changing rooms who were not aware they were being filmed. Jailing Hamer, Judge Sarah Johnston said he manipulated and groomed these young girls, and his offending was both opportunistic and actively seeking out, manipulating, grooming, exploiting, and the abuse of female children. As well as 28 years in jail, Hamer was handed an extended licence period of 8 years. He was made subject to an indefinite sexual harm prevention order, handed restraining orders against the victims, was barred from working with children, and will be on the sex offenders register for life. Follow for more.